everybody, Mailman here. We got a special hunt on this one. I'm going to condense it down. I'm working on a project with ATN. I'm going to start bringing along on the hunt with the Mailman, and we're going to really talk about the hunt that we did this weekend, how I prepped beforehand. Bob Sleigh came down from Pennsylvania. He came a long distance. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I know how far he drives. There's a little bit more pressure on me to get a hog. He went on 4 paid hunts down here. 2 in North Carolina, 2 in South Carolina. 100 hours on stand. No hog sightings. So I got him on social media. I met him. He told us about the hunts he came down on, and we were determined to get him on a hog. A couple guys in South Carolina volunteered to take him. I got him last night, and we delivered. What I did is I'm going to make a video beforehand how we set up, the actual video, and then afterwards we're going to talk with Bob behind the harvest about him looking through the first time the ATN Thor 4 and also his first hog in South Carolina. So look for that from ATN. I'm going to work on a few of those, but let's get to this hunt real quick. I set up an area on an early property. What I mean by early property is you start to learn that some of your properties are closer to bedding areas and some of them are farther away. The properties they hit early, they hit your feeders early, 7 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. That's close to the bedding area. So what happens is those hogs hit it early, they leave for the night, then they come back right before daylight, and then they'll go to their bedding area. You just have to learn that about these properties. Then I got other properties that are farther away from the bedding areas, 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the morning. I hit those. So you learn those properties. This property has been very nice to us early. It's a nice early spot when I get hogs on there. So we pull in this property, park about halfway down to the river, walk down the road. I got 2 sets on here. I got a whole set. There's elevation. So the road's up on top of the hill. It goes down into a creek. The creek goes into the river. As we're walking down this road, I look down at one of my holes, but I know with night vision, we're not going to be able to take anything at that hole. I don't have that even cleared out at all. I see 4 hogs behind it, and I tell them I see some hogs, but we still make our way to that feeder. I know I overloaded that feeder, and we're going to get down there. It's the best shot with his weapon. We sneak down really quick, get set up. I show him the lane. What's important on these hunts now is when you have night vision, I should have trimmed the trees, but I didn't. What I want to do then is get him lined up perfectly where he's looking right directly at the corn that I overloaded. As we're getting set up, he tells me he sees fine, but he didn't see the corn, but he could see in a hole. I told him the hogs are coming. The hogs rotated, they checked the wind, they came back around up top the ridge. I get him on my thermal just to see the hogs. They turn and they're coming right toward the corn, 3 of them. I tell him they're coming, we're going to get a shot here. Time is now. He gets on the thermal, he jumps back on his. He sees the hogs, but when they get onto the corn, they are to the left slightly. He's starting to get washout from his IR, hitting on the branches. I'm looking directly at him, waiting for him to shoot. I'm glad it didn't happen quickly right away because Big Mama came. This big sow come, and I seen her pop around, and eventually I got on and said, listen, take that big one. He couldn't see. We had to switch. I did not want that big one to leave. I put hands on his weapon to hold it. He jumps around onto the Thor 4, gets on there, and you're going to see the shot here. He drops Big Mama right there. Probably about 185 to 200 pounds, somewhere in there, a sow. First kill, 15 minutes with the Mailman. We were supposed to meet at 7 o'clock up the road at the gas station. 7:37, we're standing over the hog, and we waited a while to come down. We got everything together. So about 7:15, 7:20, I think it's going to be on the shot. We hunted maybe 15 minutes together. When we were loading up and getting ready, it was 7 o'clock when we pulled in. 15 minutes of hunting time with the Mailman. He has a hog down already. Happy as could be. Look for that video on ATN's YouTube. I'm going to share it whenever I get it, and we're going to start going along on the hunt. I got many other situations where I love to get a guy with me and taking a hog. Kids, I want to get out there. Veterans, and we're going to do along on the hunt for ATN's YouTube channel, hopefully. Hopefully this takes off and we have some guys come. So if you want to hunt with me, maybe we'll throw some messages back and forth and you can get with me. I'm also going to have some guys hunting right alongside me now. Bring their setup and we'll go side by side and drop 2 hogs at the same time. So check for that out. We're going to jump right to Bob's video here. Nice long video. You're going to see the hogs moving in. Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Check for more. Maybe one day, man, you get out there with the Mailman.